As many of you can relate, graduating from high school and transitioning into university means having adult responsibilities. As a college student myself who recently moved from Belize to Tampa, I realized that I did not know how to do anything because my parents did everything for me growing up. One of the most important things that I realized I had to learn was banking. So I realized that my parents can only help me up to the point of wiring me the money, and I had to learn how to smartly spend it with what methods are available to me, one namely being the credit card. When I first moved to America, I had instructions from my dad to deposit the school tuition that he had given me in cash at any bank. My friends at school recommended the Bank of America, so I went and made an account and got a debit and a credit card. I had no idea which one to use, so my mom just said to use the credit card, so I didn't question it. 2 weeks before the end of the first semester at USF, I ended up with only maybe $50 in my bank account, and I was scared for my life. I couldn't even pay for the COVID test that I needed to fly back to my home country. I realized that I had overspent, and from then on, I promised myself that I'd learn everything that there is to know about using a credit card for my own benefit and also to educate my friends and family so that they don't end up like me. After a bit of research and experience using the credit card, I found out that when you start using a credit card, you start a credit score. A credit score is a 3-digit number that companies decide whether you can get a mortgage to buy buildings or cars, and also the interest rate that you are charged. This credit score is basically a picture of you to the lenders on how trustworthy you are and if you will return their money. If you have a good credit score, you can save money on interest payments and use these savings to further invest in your future. I found a study that showed that participants who used a credit card spent twice as much than if they were to pay in cash. I agree that I've spent a lot more than I had planned in the past, just because it's so easy using a credit card, like one tap and you're ready to go. In order to prevent credit card debt caused by overspending, you can create monthly budgets, you can not buy the things that you don't need, and you can also set a personal spending limit on the card. I also didn't know that you yourself had to make these payments to the bank each month to pay off whatever you spent that month. I come to learn that credit card balances come with interest rates. Every time you add to the balance and you don't pay it off within the same billing cycle, you'll have to pay that much more in interest. The first few months of using my credit card, I constantly forgot to make payments, resulting in a lot of stress and fear of missing these credit card payments. Through research, I found out that payment history is one of the biggest factors that contribute to credit scores. Your credit score can either go up or down depending on if you're paying or missing these payments. If you miss a payment for over 30 days and this cycle is repeated, your credit score will be damaged, making it harder for you to get credit in the future. There are consequences that banks have in place for missing payments, such as penalties and late fees in addition to interest. Basically, the more you mess up and forget to pay, the more your credit score will fall. You can prevent this from happening by paying your balance on time every month in full to avoid interest buildup. You can also schedule automatic payments with your bank, and you can also set text and email reminders before your monthly payments are due to make sure you pay on time. So as you can see, it is quite a lot of stress owning a credit card. However, the scariest thing about owning a credit card is the possibility of paying a significant amount of interest due to the result of not paying on time, as your balance will be carried over to the next month. To prevent this, I will once again stress the importance of paying your credit card balance on time each month. To review the points that I spoke about, I informed on how one can avoid getting into credit card debt, missing credit card payments, and the possibility of carrying a balance and incurring heavy interest charges. Using a credit card at first glance can be extremely convenient, but it also comes with the dangers that can be permanent harm to one's financial life. So the next time you use your credit card to pay your tuition or buy groceries, please be mindful of the costs of using the credit card, which in the long run can end up ruining your life. Thank you.